Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live.
Habari Live.
From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast, the show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Iesha, Jimmy, and Damon Diplean Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Good morning. Another episode of Habari Live, your go-to podcast for the pulse of Phoenix and beyond. Like always, we're all the way live in Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. We got the lovely Iesha in the house. What's up?
What's up? How's it going?
It's going good, man. Another week. The government is still shut down. People are starting to run out of funds for SNAP benefits, and some people are getting very, very nervous though. So, Habari Ghani, my people, we're thrilled to bring you the latest edition of Habari Live. Like I said, your go-to podcast for the pulse of Phoenix and beyond. As always, we're all the way live in Paradise Valley, Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Damon, Ellison, and we will be your guide for the exciting stories and everyday happenings in your vibrant community, your weekly dose of inspiration, innovation, and insightful conversations from the heart of our city. Yeah, man. So, like always, man, we want to talk about some of the things that's going on in the world, in our nation, and especially in politics and what Trump is destroying right now. So we're always going to talk about these things and make sure you guys are up to date on what's going on, man. That's our number one mission. That's the mission. And we want to make sure to step on the lines that other people try to toe instead of telling the real truths and try to telling the what things that really matter in this world today. And that matters to you, for you can make great decisions and see who is working for the American people and who is working against the American people. So we want to keep those conversations going, and we love everyone in the comment section. We love everyone sending emails and everyone just making sure that their view is heard. Even if I don't agree with your stance, still we love to hear from you so we can make sure that people know how wrong you are. Anyway, that's our mission, man. My mission is just to inform and have great conversations, and we're going to do that today. So
sure.
what's going on in the rundown? What's the top stories for this week?
Man, a lot's going on this week. First off, we're going to start off in Florida, where Ron DeSantis is defending a newly passed state law.
That dude is ridiculous.
Ron DeSantis is defending the state law that now allows charter schools and private schools to operators to request free use of spaces within the public schools. Now, mind you, this is schools that have under enrollment, or they have a large enough campus and they're not fully utilizing certain aspects of the campus. Now, these charter schools and private schools will now be able to demand use of these spaces without paying rent or utility costs or any operational costs to run their business or charter school or private school. So that just kind of just doesn't sit well with me, because now the public school system is going to be responsible for transportation of the private school and the charter school students. They're also going to be responsible for cleaning up the areas in which the charter schools and private schools utilize. And then the public school system will also be responsible for providing meals to these students of these private schools and charter schools while they're in the use of their space.
Yeah, man. It's definitely weird that we have Republicans fighting for private schools to take over the public school spaces. And they're not giving up. I guess, and they pay taxes, because they are for-profit schools. But I don't understand why there's this rush to put the charter schools and the private schools in the public school spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're on. We see it here. We have schools being closed every day. Good. Yeah, we already pay for the space. I don't understand what you're saying here, Gravin. You're okay with us paying for a space that a private company is getting for free, and it's coming out of our dollars, and our kids have to pay for it to go to that school, but our tax dollars are already paying for this, and they're getting it for free. And then if we want to go to that school, we got to pay. You think that's cool? All right, bro. If you say so. I don't think that's cool at all. I mean, if you have a public school that's giving off tax dollars, we shouldn't have a private company be able to use our tax dollars whenever the fuck they want. That's not a good thing. They should have to pay the government to use that space, especially if it's our tax dollars that is going to this situation. So I'm not sure what you guys are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Why would public schools need to compete? They shouldn't need to compete with something that is for profit. They can't. Schools are not for profit. So that's kind of a ignorant argument. Also, they are for profit. Hell no, they can't compete when people who can pay for school, they're going to get better outcomes. But our tax dollars are supposed to go to these schools to make these schools better, and that's not what's going on. And Florida has one of the worst education systems in the country. They have horrible outcomes, just like most Republican states. They're against the education system, and it shows in their voting patterns. It shows in their decision making. Just like earlier today, we were talking about how to go to college in the 60s, 50s, early 70s was pretty much free. Everyone could go to school for free, man. Most people went to school. They didn't pay for these schools. But after the riots of Vietnam, the Civil Rights Act, everybody wanted to make it for profit. Everybody wanted to make sure that these kids didn't go to these colleges because of indoctrination. The same thing playbook that we're seeing play out today. So what did they do? They made these schools so expensive, the normal person can't get a free education anymore. The normal person has to pay 50, 60,000, 70,000 to get a 2-year associate's degree. This is not good. And what it's doing, it's dumbing down the society. People are getting more and more dumb. They can't do critical thinking, because what we are doing is we are erasing that. And Republicans are doing everything. That is, who didn't pay? That is not true. You don't know, dude. Go read a book before you come in here. We talk nothing but truths in here. Schooling was not as expensive as it is today, and there were more free options. I didn't say that everybody didn't pay for college. I said there were more free options, and the price of college was not 50,000 to 100,000 that it is today. Now, I don't understand how you could argue that. School is very expensive today, and back 30 years ago, it was not as expensive as it is today. And that's a byproduct of these people trying to stop indoctrination. Already, could you get that? So it's insane, man, what we're seeing today, and we have to do a lot better, man, if we want education in our country. And then Another part of this that people get upset, they don't want all these Indians and all the people from Asia to come in. They get upset about these things. But the reason why all these people are coming into our country and taking over is because it's not so expensive for them to go to school. It's so expensive for us to become doctors, lawyers. These are things that should be easily attainable if you have the wherewithal to go through all the schooling that needs to be had to become a doctor or a lawyer. Now you see less people that are doctors and lawyers today. What's up?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
How you doing, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
So what you want to call and talk about today?
Oh, well, I was just stumbling upon your YouTube live, and I'm from Canada, bro, but a lot of the things you're saying is relatable, and the stuff I'm seeing over here, too. And I just wanted to know if you wanted to have a discussion about it as well.
Yes, definitely. That's what we do. Did you see the Reagan commercial that was released from Ontario earlier this week?
Yeah, man, and that was on, so I just saw that hit the news the other day with Doug Ford. So I actually lived in Ontario,
really?
where Doug Ford runs the province. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I live, is in Ontario.
So what do you think about the direction that the trade talks and negotiations are going with Canada and the U.S. right now?
Oh, man, it is. I think it's definitely the worst it's been in a long time. Now, myself, I'm only 28 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen 28 years of life.
Yeah.
I've only started paying attention to politics in my when I was an early teenager. But I can recognize, man, that this is the worst it's ever been. And we all just need to get along, my friend.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's kind of depressing. In my lifetime, I'm in my late 40s. So in my lifetime, I've never seen anything like this. It's always been very, very great relationships when it comes to Canada. I can
100%.
remember the North American trade agreement that happened in the 90s. It was always to make sure that Canada and Mexico all come up in this world to make it better for their countries, and we all can make it better for all our countries. That was the mission of the trade deal. Mm-hmm. And nowadays, everybody look at that trade deal, and many Republicans today say that deal was horrible. But a lot of people made a lot of money during that deal, and it seems to me that was a better time, a more prosperous time.
Exactly, I agree with that 100%, brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I agree. So, what is your thoughts about Trump? What do you think about him?
Well, about Trump, I don't stand for everything he says, and he's definitely been giving my country one hell of a time. And it's tough, man, because the way I can put this is, in Canada, how we receive American politics is not American politics. Our media kind of wants us to hate the States. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, that's what our media does, bro. Anytime you see anything in the news about Trump or about Kamala Harris or even most recently the passing of Charlie Kirk, like, the media in Canada is generated for us to look at America and say, we don't want that.
Mm-hmm. It's coming from the
right?
top.
So we come so biased from the start. I find us as Canadians, we come so biased from the start about the U.S. in general.
Wow. So you think that you guys are being fed a lot of propaganda in Canada also?
Yes and no. And I mean, like, we do have, like a lot of our news is banned in Canada. Like last year, they banned like some of our news in Canada. And I'm not too educated on that topic. I get my news sources elsewhere, but that's just one of those things, as they banned certain news outlets and certain news from covering certain topics. So our news is very sensitized to what we receive, and it's up to us as Canadians to, how can I put this, pick and choose what we want to receive.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense.
And when it comes to Trump, it's tough because I dealt with Justin Trudeau just recently, and he's definitely been giving our country a hard time. I know for a fact he's been giving the American people a hard time.
Definitely.
And it's time for change. And I think somewhere along the line when COVID happened, there just became this, how can I put this block, and Canadians and Americans, we should be working together.
And that's the way it's
you know what I mean, to flourish each other. You know what I mean? Right now we're just so against each other, and I think Trump has been playing a big part of that.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
As a Canadian man, I can say I respect the American person just as much as the American person respects the Canadian person. We might have different views and different things of that sort, but I think it's time we come together. We're next door neighbors, right?
Yeah, 100%. And fighting and trade wars, it does nothing but hurt everyone. Everyone hurts in the long run.
Exactly. And it's just, we all just need to sit down and work together. And I think once COVID happened, that kind of stopped, man. Everyone didn't trust anybody, and
Yeah, and I love my maple syrup. I love I love my Canadian whiskey. These are things that all people love, and he's messing with these things. My syrup costs more. My whiskey costs more. Yeah. And in Canada, we have people not even buying American products, period. So it's not.
There is people that do that.
Yeah, because some of them have taken it off the racks, period, where they have no American
products.
products.
And most liquor shops, and where I live in Ontario, they're called LCBOs. And most LCBOs in Ontario, you won't be able to find any American liquor.
That's crazy. How is that helping Americans?
It's not, man, and that's what I mean. It just puts that divide in there. You know what I mean? So, I think Trump, Trudeau, COVID-19, that point in politics really played a part to where we are now, and we all just got to sit down, man, and just say, we got to work together. Okay, Canada doesn't have the most secure borders. Well, let's make them secure. These things are a two-way street.
Yeah, that's real.
I can sit there and say that, Canada has not listened to some of the requests that have been made. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So I can understand, but I think it is a two-way street. We all just need to sit down and do what's the best for Northern America, because World War I, World War II, we fought alongside each other. You guys stormed Omaha Beach, we stormed Juno Beach. You know what I mean?
Yep, I agree, man. What was your name again?
My name's Nick, sir.
All right, man. I appreciate you calling in and dropping some knowledge with us and sharing your knowledge with Habari Live. We appreciate you, brother.
Hey, thanks for the time, brother.
No problem.
You got a subscriber now, so thank you so much, man.
Thank you, bro. Have a good day.
All
right, man. We got Canada in the house. Now, I saw a couple people, saying some things. It was one I didn't forget what the guy even said, but anyway, we appreciate Canada, man, and we appreciate the guy calling in. Did I hear his name right, or was I tripping?
We said Nick.
Nick. Oh, okay. I heard something else. All right, but yeah, man. Thanks, Nick, for calling, man. We really appreciate that, man. And like I said, man, none of this stuff is helping us. And we're not looking good in Canada. They're taking products off the shelves. I don't know how that helps anybody. But what's your next story?
I don't know how it helps anyone either. But the U.S. Department of Agriculture has warned that unless funding is restored, nearly 42 million Americans will not receive their SNAP benefits next month.
It's terrible news.
Horrible news. Arizona has already announced that they will be one of the states that will be withholding SNAP benefits to recipients until the government shutdown has ended.
This is not good. No one wants to see people hurt. We have people going to the food banks. The food banks are running out of food.
Mm-hmm.
We have people who are on furlough who work with the government. They're going to the food banks. We're getting into a bad situation right now with what's going on with the government.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a lot of people who are going grabbing the Dems need to vote for clean now. The Dems do not need to do that. I hate to say it, man. I'm you can't bend. You can't bend on this. We Republicans have been trying to get rid of the ACA since it was put in place.
They have.
They've had 10 years to come up with a plan to
More
show
than 10
us
years.
what they're going to do to give us a system that will work out for the American people, that will keep our the prices down of our health care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they lost, but you still have to negotiate with them. That's the way government works, bro.
You can't just bully them.
You can't
get
just
everything you want.
Exactly. I agree. Elections definitely have consequences, and there are a lot of consequences that the Democrats are facing right now, and a lot of people are facing because they don't want to pay attention to politics and they want to play around, think everything's a joke or it doesn't matter. I agree with you, but at the same time, that's not how the system was made. The system was created for everyone to not be happy with what's going on. Everyone leaves the room losing a little something. Everyone leaves the room upset because they didn't get exactly what they want.
Right.
But the Republicans are trying to get exactly what they want, everything that they want, and they're not even trying to negotiate. And then they're like, oh, just open the government and we'll negotiate. We all know what's going to happen. They're going to open the government and the Republicans are going to say, oh, we're not negotiating anything.
We're not going to give you anything.
They're not going to. That's right. And if you could sit here and act like that they can put a bill in place that takes away the ACA, that they can just rush through this big, beautiful bill, put in whatever they want, don't get one Democrat vote. Like, you used to have to negotiate with both sides. There were centrists that you knew you had to get on your side. There were people that was from the left that you knew that was a little right that you had to talk to get them to vote for what you needed.
Mm-hmm.
Now they just, I'll do what I want to. I'm going to push through this big, beautiful bill. We don't have one Democrat vote. You have to talk to the other side. That's the way this system has always been set up. You're negotiating the big, beautiful bullshit budget that they put in. That's the negotiation. You can't just put in a clean bill and go on with your with that and just say, oh, it's okay. We're just going to keep all the clean CR that you guys have been passing. Nah, man. We want that healthcare rewrote. We don't want our people losing from the ACA and making their insurance prices more and go up. We all see it. All the experts are saying that the prices are going to go up. What do you mean negotiate what? We negotiate the budget that they trying to pass. I don't understand. You can't put in a big budget the way that Trump and all them put in, and all the money that they put in, the trillions of dollars in the budget that they're putting in, and then say that we don't get to negotiate with anyone. That's not the way it works. You have to work with the other side. It's always been that way. And if they don't want to, the Republicans don't want to talk, that Trump has had two situations where he can go and meet with the Democrats and talk with them about what they want. Mm-hmm. He can meet them and make them happy in some sort of way. That's the way you got to do it. I'm sorry, it's always been that way. You have to talk to a couple of the people from the other side. Mm-hmm. That's the way it works. You're not going to just pass bills by bullying. oh, we're not talking to them. Like I said, 2 chances that he had to talk to the Democrats, and he turned both chances down. He doesn't want to do it. That's ridiculous, man. Get your shit together, Trump. Go meet with the other side and figure out what they need. If it's something with the ACA, this is what they want. If you need their votes, you want their votes. You're not going to get their votes by just saying do it or else. And that's what he's basically doing. Mm-hmm. You want their votes, you have to get them to come to your side with negotiations. That's the way it works. And it's not going to change. The government has been like that for 400 years. But whatever, man.
You're absolutely right. Additionally, this week, Attorney General for New York, Letitia James.
Yes, Obama did negotiate. What are you talking about?
Letitia James did plead not guilty this week to federal charges of bank fraud and making a false statement in connection with the 2020 Virginia home protest, according to the AP.
Did you ever send that video? You did.
I did.
To the email?
No, I sent it to you.
Oh, all right. Don't worry about it. All right, man. We saw Miss James come out, and she she had a lot to say about what was going on. And we're all behind her because this is all bull what Trump is doing right now.
Mm-hmm. It is very much bull. She said that what Trump is doing is basically weaponization of the justice system against critics of Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. He's weaponizing the DOJ against people who criticize him. And now he wants you to pay him $230 million for criticizing him. The American people, the DOJ. It's pretty sad.
250, 1776, 1700 to 2000. Yeah, I mean, we're getting close to 400 years, bro. We're getting up there. But anyway, yeah, man, Letitia James, she's, this is bull. Trump and them, they a lot of people agree with Trump, and they try to say that, Trump was railroaded. You don't get railroaded if you're found guilty. And it's, you guys are all, and just like when they found Biden's son guilty. They went after Biden's son over some dumbass rule talking about guns and drugs for something he did I don't know how many years ago. We know that was political, but they found the dude guilty. Nobody's going to argue with that. If there was there's all type people. Oh man, she didn't messed up my train of thought here. What we got here, man? So I just think that Letitia James, you know what I mean? We all know that she was being railroaded, and everyone see what's going on. We saw her prosecutor, the person that Trump put in charge, who was a insurance lawyer, have no idea what she's doing as she's bringing the case forward. The judges are asking her questions. They don't even have all the evidence together. This is a clown show. Now, everyone who's like, oh, Letitia James, she's a crook, you're not reading what's going on, because if you did, you would see how dumb the Trump administration looked in court the other day. They look like idiots. They do not know what they're doing. And people who are like Letitia James and Comer, they know the law backwards and forwards. And Trump is putting in people who do not have any idea what they are doing, because he just put in fucking clowns that were going to do whatever he asked. That's what he put in place. The people that told him, hey, Trump, you don't have enough evidence on this. He fired them. Then he put these fucking goonies in charge who don't know what the hell to do or say. Now, look how bad they are looking in front of the judges as the judges ask them for, where's your case? Where's your information? Oh, we don't have everything together yet. We're still getting things together. How are you getting things together when you've already filed the charges? That was something you were supposed to do before you filed the charges. Now, we all know that this is the normal way that these things work. But hey, what are we seeing? They are looking like idiots. They don't have any case. They cases, but in both cases, in all three cases, they're going to look so stupid on how they lose. It's going to be it's going to be so sweet to watch these people fall on their face. Their cases are held together with sticks and tape. It's terrible. And they think that they're doing a good job. They think they're doing something because, oh, we got to get them back. Your fucking guy is a criminal. You can indict anyone when the president's in charge. That's the reason why the powers at B has always been that the president was supposed to stay away from the DOJ, and he's not supposed to send tweets or social media tweets or anything on Truth Social saying to go get these people. The DOJ is supposed to be separate. But you know, this guy, he wipes his ass with the Constitution daily. And the Constitution people don't give a damn. They've hollered and screamed how much they love the Constitution, but we know now that was all bullshit that Republicans was pushing. All lies, all garbage. None of it was real. You don't care about the damn Constitution at all. Only thing you want to do is own the libs. Look like you're better than someone else. Blame all your problems on the illegals and DEI. All this other stuff is just, happening. You don't care. He's taxing us with the tariffs. Republicans used to remember the Tea Party tax enough already. Remember that? You guys were marching because you hated taxes. Remember that? Now this guy is raising taxes at astronomical rates. And what are you guys doing? Nothing. Nothing. You don't care. You don't care. That's the crazy part. You don't care. You don't care. And it's insane. No, you're right. Groceries have not went down. The inflation is staying steady. Inflation was going down. And now this guy comes in, pushes the price of everything up with tariffs. And now inflation will not go down. The people who cried for 4 years how much inflation is killing them and the price of eggs and all this stuff. Now we can't buy a hamburger. We're talking about getting Argentina burgers because we can't afford ours. And the farmers are mad. They're mad. Why are we going to get Argentina burgers? But this is what Trump want to do. And the farmers are not trying to hear it. He's already gave the people that we are, this is the people we are going verse. These are our competitors. And he's giving them 20, 30, 40 billion dollars to help out their economy. Our farmers are hurting. Soybeans aren't being bought that China used to buy 2-3 times a year. Now they're not buying any. They're going to Argentina. And then he's sending more money to them. And you guys are clapping. Yay, yay. I thought you guys were mad that he was sending money, that Biden was sending money to Ukraine while Americans were hurting. So he's still sending money to Ukraine, still helping Ukraine. He's still sending money to Israel. Now he's sending money to Argentina. He's starting wars in Venezuela. We just seen that the money that he's adding to the debt right now, he's not playing, baby. They are adding to the debt, and it is going up daily. Daily. Yeah, you're right, Nick. They still gonna vote for him. You are 100% correct. They're still gonna vote for the guy. The guy that they had to get a bailout from last time because he came in with dumb tariffs willy-nilly. They had to get bailed out. Now this time they're going to have to get bailed out again. More bailouts. More tax money going to the farmers. You get mad. Anybody else get tax dollars. You don't like that. You don't like it. People getting aid, you're mad. Other countries getting help, getting aid because they're a third world country and they need aid. They need tax dollars. In America used to help. Y'all don't want that. They tear all that apart. But give it to the farmers, the people who voted for this shit. And we supposed to come and save them. My tax dollars have to come and save them. They keep voting for this idiot who keeps putting in tariffs that hurts them. It's stupid. It's stupid. Now, y'all can sit around and use y'all logic talking about, hey, people, they buy snack cakes and they buy candy with SNAP benefits. They shouldn't get SNAP. They should just get a job. So should we have that same output and that same thinking when it comes to the farmers right now? Why should we keep bailing them out? We have to bail them out 3 years ago. Why should we have to bail them out again? Shouldn't we use y'all thinking? Absolutely. Shouldn't we use it the way y'all think about shit? Absolutely. We shouldn't help them, right? We shouldn't help them because you say that people are taking advantage of the government. So why should we help the farmers? It's crazy, man. Did you have anything else?
Yeah. I did have something else that really struck my eye this week, which was the fact that the U.S. Department of Homeland Security announced a new regulation that is now going to require all non-citizens entering or exiting the U.S. to be photographed. And they're also going to be potentially subject to fingerprinting and other biometric collections under the new rule that will be effective December 26th of this year.
Man, this is yeah, I saw this the other day. And I thought about the don't tread on me people. I thought about the people, the small government people is what I thought about. Like, man, you remember those people that used to always yell about small government? And they used to yell about the government coming after you and all the things that they would do to make sure the government isn't taking over their homes and looking all into their private situations. I remember those people. They were Republicans. Small government. We don't want the government following us everywhere. Now those same people are okay. They're okay with having to go somewhere and show your passport. Having to show ICE that you're a citizen and prove that you're a citizen. Have to go to the airport and get photographed everywhere you go to make sure that you're not from another country. These are the same people who said that our freedoms will not be enhanced. Our freedom will not be taken. And now they openly giving up all their rights.
Right.
Because it's their daddy that's doing it. Exactly. They're okay. They'll bend over faster than I don't know what.
Yep. The new expansion will now cover airports, seaports, and land crossings. Previously, the photo biometric collection was only at the exit, was uneven or limited to certain populations, particularly only at the borders. And they're saying that this is their push to reduce visa overstays and to detect document fraud. But we all know it's just going to be used to misidentify people because biometric scans really aren't that effective.
The other day, I don't know how true this story was, but I saw another story. I didn't fact check it, but a kid was supposedly had some Doritos in school, and they knew AI system that's supposed to detect guns said that this kid had a gun. Police came in, surrounded him and everything, thinking he had a gun. It was a bag of chips that the AI said was a gun. If we're going to use AI for these type things, we have to make sure that this shit is right, because you're going to get somebody killed. And then, this system also is just going to be, another racist system.
Mm-hmm.
And, they're already just messing with all the brown people.
Yeah. According to Bloomberg law, they said it's going to disproportionately affect minority
Yeah,
communities.
you already know. That's what they're going to do. Are you from Africa? Let me check your papers. They ain't going to mess with the white people because, like he said, they openly let South Africans in, no problem, smiling when they come in. It's everybody else they don't want in here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, the racism is so crazy with this administration. And they openly saying how they don't want people from what these shithole countries.
Yeah.
And they come in with this mindset of making sure that people that are under a certain darker than a paper bag aren't coming to America. And these are the things that we're dealing with in America today, in the country that they are making laws and passing laws, and the Supreme Court are making decisions saying racism doesn't exist anymore. And then they're on the same day they'll make a decision saying it's okay to discriminate. It's okay to use racial profiling. Then the next day make another decision saying racism doesn't fucking exist. There isn't any racism.
Yep.
It's crazy. Now we're going to see the voting, the Civil Rights Act, which they have been tearing apart for the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
They hate the Voting Rights Act. They hate the Civil Rights Act. Charlie Kirk, y'all boy, openly hated it. Hated Martin Luther King. These are the people that they fought against then. They're still here, but they're hiding, acting like there's something else.
Yep.
They repackage their anger and their hate in something else to make you think that the gift is something good. Man, you open it and it's the same old piece of shit that it's always been.
Yep.
And that's the shit that we're dealing with today.
Mm-hmm. And they're mostly going to end up targeting states like here, Arizona, and states like Texas, because we are the closest states to the border for Mexico. So I believe California, Arizona, Texas will be seeing a lot more of these biometric scans pop up at the border for the land crossings. It's sad that we have a certain demographic of people who are okay with excluding everyone else, but when they're excluded from something, it's a bunch of outcry.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching Adam Mockler talk about people getting mad about COVID, and a lot of people went down rabbit holes. And also saw another guy talking about COVID and how a lot of people got angry because COVID was one of the first times that people told them what they had to do, what to do. And that's why a lot of people didn't like that. They didn't like that someone told them that they had to wear a mask, or someone told them that they had to go to these places or take a shot. And those were the things that pissed the people off the most, because nobody tells me what to do.
Right. My body, my choice.
I do what I want to do. They can't tell me what to do. And that was the fight, that these people have never had a situation where someone is telling them, hey, you have to do this. And they were upset. They were pissed about that. And some of them are still pissed about it. I saw Trump people try to push for him to get the Nobel Prize for pushing for the COVID-19 vaccine. The same thing that he is trying to dismantle right now. They're trying to say that this guy should get applause for that, even though they sitting there, he's telling you to put bleach up your arms.
Right.
He's
exactly.
telling you to do all ultraviolet lights and chemical. The dude was just talking insanely. Now you're trying to say, and then right now they're tearing it apart, doing everything they can for people don't get the vaccine.
Yep.
And then they're gonna have the nerve to bring up maybe this guy should get the Nobel Peace Prize for COVID. Boy, the desperation with these people, boy, is insane.
Oh, but Trump went and got the updated vaccine for for COVID.
Yeah, he definitely.
And he also got the flu shot just a couple weeks ago.
No problem doing it. No problem. But he gonna tell y'all
not to go do it.
Tell y'all not to do it. Tell y'all this, that. You gonna listen to him because you in the cult. And you listen to your leader. You drink the Kool-Aid like he tell you to.
Yep.
Was that your last one?
Mm-hmm.
Amen. We we're gonna talk about some of the things that's been going around this week, man. So let's get straight into it, man. We got night protests, presidential payouts. I think this is you, but federal troops in U.S. cities, culture war barbs, and a reminder: democracy is not a spectator sport. But let's get into it today, man. Protests and public anger. The note. Where am I? I'm at the bottom or something.
No King's Day.
Yeah. First up, the street energy you're seeing across the country. There's been a wave of demonstrations. People are calling it No King's Day, and on TV this week. Oh man.
I just copy and paste it. It's exactly how it was given to me.
All right, man. So it's basically talking about the No King's Day, but I don't think I even had a clip. That's the thing I was thinking about.
Okay.
But the thing is that the No King's Day, man, it's pretty. It went by pretty uneventful. Most of the people were out just
very peaceful,
just trying to make their voice being heard. Listening to Republicans as they talked about the people that were going to be protesting against them. They called them Antifa and Hamas, terrorists. This is the language for them. And then they turn around and say that Democrats have language that's terrifying, that gets people to go to the streets and tear things up. While there are peaceful protests, he's calling the people anti-American. This is Mike Johnson, people that hate America. These are the things that they're pushing forward. While it's normal people just trying to say, hey, man, this guy has to listen to the other parts of the fucking government. The legislative and the judicial are there for a reason, and this guy is supposed to fucking listen to him. He's not listening to anyone. He's not listening to judges. So when he's doing all these things and people are like, man, we don't have a king. You have to listen to these people. He don't want to listen. And now you're going to call the people dumb because they don't want to see a person just do whatever they want to, ignore the Constitution. It's not going on, man. There's been a wave of demonstrations. People they're going to keep doing it. And people are taken to the streets for a myriad of reasons. And most people, like I said, they're just over it. They're done. Oh man, I don't know what's going on. So we got the president. He's pushing for a massive DOJ push out and federal troops being moved into American cities. And both feed into the same public anxiety, man. This Trump
right.
Trump saying he wants $230 million because
that's a big one.
Because things aren't going right for him.
Right. That's a real big one. Because the reporting shows that President Trump is currently seeking roughly $230 million from the Justice Department, and members of Congress and the legal watchers are raising alarms about how the House Democrats have opened their investigation into this attempt.
Well, I mean, first let's go ahead and run this run that Fox News No King's Day video down there. My bad. I said we didn't have it.
We also know there was a ProPublica investigation that more than 170 Americans have been detained by ICE, with 20 held for more than a day without being able to contact their lawyer or a loved one. And that's what the No Kings protest is about. Donald Trump says, I'm not a king. And yeah, we get it. You're not a king. You wish you were a king, and you're running this administration as if you should have those kinds of rights. The lack of respect for the Constitution and the laws of this country are astounding. And Trump even told Kristen Welker when he was on Meet the Press a few months ago that he didn't know if he had to uphold the Constitution. And in preparation for today's show, I just wanted to go over, a few of the things that people who are going to be out there on the streets peacefully protesting are upset about. starting with the basics, signing an executive order to do away with birthright citizenship, which is literally in the Constitution, sending troops into blue cities.
Oh, you mean anchor
unilaterally
Anchor
implementing
babies.
tariffs, which Congress gets to do. I already talked about the 170 Americans who've been locked up. Cracking down on the First Amendment, detaining students for op-eds you don't like, targeting law firms, universities, reallocating funds appropriated by Congress to fund your big ICE force, firing inspectors generals that are looking into your friends like Elon Musk, making billions off of crypto scams, and your kids are running all over the world making deals. And the Trump administration has defied 1 in 3 judges that have ruled against him. And you're seeing that from judges appointed up from Reagan up to Donald Trump that are saying absolutely not, you are breaking the law in taking some of these actions. All of that is what No King's Day is about.
That's real. That's what it's about. It's about him not listening to judges and doing what he wants to.
Yep.
And now, we see that all of his crimes and the things that people looked into, we all saw all the files by the toilet that he had.
Yep, we did.
We're not supposed to look into that. But you go and look into John Bolton for the same thing, though. You arrest John Bolton and indict him for the same thing that you were doing, but you wasn't supposed to get arrested. You wasn't supposed to get anything for what you were doing. But John Bolton, he's supposed to pay. But Trump, I'm supposed to get $230 million for doing the same fucking thing. We all saw the pictures of all the files by the toilet. And he's just supposed to get away with it? And he's talking about the government owed me $230 million for coming after me for something everybody knows that I did. And John Bolton, he's doing the same thing, and he needs to go to jail. But me, pay me for y'all coming after me.
Right.
And I'm going to use taxpayers' dollars. This is insane.
Real insane.
Insane that this dude is about to take our tax dollars and put it in his fucking pocket. He's the president. He's supposed to say, no, this is my government. We're not going to do that to the DOJ. That happened before I was in. So we're going to go ahead and kill that.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go ahead and kill it while I'm in office. But he's not going to do that. He can't do that. He's going to take this money and put it in his pocket. Then they talking about this ballroom, this money are coming from donors, and they won't even tell us who it's coming from.
I think they did put out a list of some of the donors.
Man, it's some
like
of
Google,
the money
Meta.
For the ballroom, but it's money that they won't tell us about that's coming out, and they won't even say who it is. And I don't even believe that. Why is he taking money from these people to build? Like, this is crap. This dude, man, is just putting money all in his pockets. But everybody see this dude is getting rich. He's going around dropping business deals in every country. You have to be an idiot to not see that. Everybody's raising alarms, man. House Democrats have opened investigations into this attempt. We rolled a clip earlier of let's roll this clip. Speaker Mike Johnson, when he was asked how uncomfortable he was with the president seeking that money, and you can see how he gonna sidestep on this situation.
How comfortable are you with the president apparently seeking $230 million from the Department of Justice?
I don't know the details about that. I've just read it. I didn't talk with him about that. I know that he believes he's owed that reimbursement. What I heard yesterday was if he receives it, he was going to consider giving it to charity. I mean, he doesn't need those proceeds. But we're for the rule of law. We're for what is just and right. And it's just absurd that. I mean, as has been noted here several times this morning, they attack him for everything he does. It doesn't matter what it is. This whole dust up about the White House, just by way of quick review, because I'm an amateur historian, you'll understand, the White House has been renovated many times over the years, you understand. I mean, it was built between 1792 and 1800, right? The British burned it down practically in 1814, and then they rebuilt it in the early 1820s. And ever since, like, we've had many presidents renovate and add things to the White House. Teddy Roosevelt built the
Oh man, they just make excuses for
all the
anything.
sidestepping he just
Man,
did.
just make excuses for Trump. Nobody has torn this place away the way this guy is tearing this place up right now.
I saw someone in the comment section say that birthright citizenship didn't begin until the 1960s.
That's not true.
It began in 1868.
I don't know what they're talking about, man. It's just talking nonsense.
When it was added to the Constitution.
Not true.
Oh, people are. That just goes to show you how uneducated people are.
The reason why, though, is because, a lot of people, the slaves that had been here, lived here, grandparents here, they were trying to say that those people weren't American. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why the law was put in place, to protect those that were born here and that were slaves, and they were trying to treat them as though they were not Americans. And that's the reason why it was put in place. But it's all good. They want to take these things away. They want to take everything away. This is the way they do things. Mm-hmm. Well, we see Mike Johnson. He doesn't want to answer the question
at all.
But
the bottom line here is, whether it's called reimbursement, damages, whatever, asking the DOJ to write such a big check to the president raises real questions about conflict of interest and the separation of powers. If the people who run the DOJ were once on the president's personal lawyers team, what are the guardrails?
Yeah, man. It's insane that we're seeing this right now, man. I mean, it's insane that this guy is going to take money from the government and put it in his pocket because he's suing the government that he's running. You're the running of this place. It's like suing yourself and taking money and collecting it. Pretty sad, man. It is pretty sad. I just don't get it, man. How people are with this dude here. How can I have you ever been in this situation like this where you get to pick how much money you get? Like the shit he was saying is just so, man, ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. If he doesn't see that this is a conflict of interest and that he should say, hey, I am going to shelf this until I am out of office, that this person is a fucking fraud and a crook. Anybody with fucking sense would say, hey, I can't do this. Let me go ahead and wait till I'm out of office, man. Because it comes across my desk. I am the one that makes the decision about what's going on, and that isn't fair. And the fact that it's tax dollars, our tax dollars, that he would take and put in his pocket. If you're okay with this, man, dog, I don't understand y'all. Fuck. You okay with this shit?
They are.
Yeah, no, I don't get it, bro.
They really are.
It's on you.
Next we're gonna go ahead. We're seeing the governors and the mayors. They're warning us about troop deployments to cities like Chicago and Baltimore. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has publicly said that this risks interfering with elections and called the deployments alarming. I believe we do have that clip.
J.B. Pritzker, yeah.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and play that.
There are many Democrats who pointed to Donald Trump before the 24 election, saying he was challenging the integrity of the election by saying almost exactly what you're saying about him now. Why do you think he's going to steal the election?
What I'm telling you is you can just look back in his own history, that back to 2020, after the election, when he claimed fraud, he claimed it had been stolen from him. And he and Michael Flynn discussed, and Michael Flynn very publicly talked about, maybe we should use troops and go in and seize the ballot boxes and count the votes. You don't think Donald Trump heard that and thought maybe that's a good idea? And here we are. He's sending troops onto the streets of American cities, into blue states in blue cities, and he's calling it about crime,
and you don't
but
think
that's
by
not
saying
at all what it's
this
about.
now that you are somehow challenging the integrity of the next election?
No, he is challenging the integrity of the next election, but yes, he is challenging the integrity of the next election by sending troops into our cities. That's what I believe this is about. It isn't about fighting crime. He said he's going after the worst of the worst. That is not what they're doing. They are literally going after black and brown people because of the color of their skin.
Yep. He's absolutely right.
Disgusting times, man.
It is. Very.
Now, cities face real crime challenges, man. But the optics of federal troops in majority black cities right before an election cycle, that's explosive. And Pritzker and other state leaders say this could look like political interference. The administration says it's about public safety. We need to keep asking who benefits from a militarized presence and how would local democracy be affected. Also worth noting, these moves intensify the protest energy we saw in the first segment. When people feel federal forces is being used against them, they turn out in the streets. That's the political feedback loop. And we're just seeing the beginning. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what's coming. Because I swear to you, these protests are going to get more intense as they go on. Now, we're going to keep switching gears to the culture war lane, which Republicans love to stay in. We've got 2 clips that show how personal attacks and insults are being used as political weapons. First, we got Robert De Niro called out by Mr. Nazi himself, Stephen Miller, in strong terms on TV, and Miller punched back on social media, calling De Niro a sad, broken old man. This is emblematic of how heated personal attacks have become part of the political argument that rather than the exception. This is the norm nowadays, that people are fighting, going back and forth. We got people from oh, thank you, King Cooper. What you got to say here? America is a constitutional republic and a representative democracy. Stop the MAGA lies. That's real, man. When people try to bring that up, talking about we are a republic is still a democracy. It's probably one of the dumbest things that people love to say. It's a republic. A republic is still a democracy. A republic is a type of democracy. Stop trying to use it, trying to say that democracy is not something that we are going after or that the forefathers wanted. All lies. But let's go ahead and play the clip of Mr. Stephen Miller and his horrible views.
Well, Robert De Niro is a sad, bitter, broken old man who's mostly enraged because he has not made a movie worth watching in at least 30 years. Probably the longest string of flops, failures, embarrassments. This man has been degrading himself on camera with one horrific film after another for my entire adult life. And he's not taken seriously by anybody, not by his family, not by his friends, not by his community. He's a shell of a man, and everyone disregards everything he says.
This dude here, dog. I can't stand this dude, man. I really do not like this guy. You know, in the past, when someone would have something to say about a politician, the first thing they would say is, hey, he has a right to his opinion. This Trump administration is the first group of people I've ever seen just attack Americans because they don't agree with the things that they are doing. Like, they are representing us. So they are supposed to be the people that tries to bring the temperature down. Hey, he has his opinion. I understand he doesn't agree with what I'm doing. But what we are trying to do is this time, we aren't trying to. That's the way politicians speak. Oh, he's a piece of shit. He hasn't had any good movies. And like, dude, what? He sounds like Trump. This is what Trump and them do. This is the crap they be on. It's ugly stuff, man. And the crazy part is these people think they're tough. He was sitting around talking about how tough he is, knowing this dude got his lunch money taken every single day at school. Every day. He paid for everybody lunch money, or he was going to get his ass beat. And that's the reason why he acts the way he acts. Because he got his money took every single fucking day.
Yep.
Miller tweet or pundit reaction, man. His tweets, his reactions, everything is just garbage. These cultural flashpoints are not frivolous. They get amplified and folded into political narratives. They drive outrage, fundraising, and media cycles.
They sure
as
do.
These people just go crazier and crazier every day.
Mm-hmm. But the GOP does have its internal dynamics. Inside the GOP, you're seeing strain and leadership scrambling over strategy, shutdown negotiations, and its messaging. The user notes that include John Thune saying that there is no plan B. Y'all hear that? John Thune said there's no plan B
This is what they
on
gonna
the
do.
shutdown impasse, which should tell you that Republicans' play is to keep the pressure on the Democrats, legislatively and politically.
So let's go ahead and play that clip of Thune saying that there's no other plan except to keep the shutdown going.
Now that Democrats have blocked this bill 11 times, is it time to start thinking about a plan B for you guys?
Plan B is open up the government.
What about a compromise, a middle ground?
We've got a bill passed in the House, sitting at the desk in the Senate, that can be picked up and passed. The middle ground, I think, is what we talk about after we open up the government. I mean, this is not a sustainable position. They're blocking the defense appropriations bill now. They're not going to pay the troops, and they're now starting to own it. I mean, they're acknowledging that this is their shutdown, and so I think they're going to have a hard time defending that to the American people. Nothing more than their attempt to try and pick a fight with the president and hold the federal government and federal workers hostage to do it. It makes no sense. I don't get it.
So there's no talks going to happen with Schumer before the shutdown ends?
No. I mean, they're going to have to come forward with a proposal or something. We aren't seeing it.
Republicans, they really think they're winning this right now. I mean, we can go to past videos of Trump saying that the president has to own a shutdown. That the person in power has to own the shutdown. You guys own every level of the government right now. Every level. There's no level that you guys don't own right now. To blame 7 Democrats because you can't get 7 people to go over to your side. This country has been able to do these things and get these things, these CRs passed for decades and decades with no problems without having to go through government shutdowns. But under Trump, we have had 2 of the longest government shutdowns in history. 35 days was his first one, and now we're going to this second one. I don't know how long this is going to be. These guys, the only thing they know is to try to play hardball. Go back up to old girls. What was it? What she say? Sheba dog with sparkles in his eyes, saying my hero. Thank you. We appreciate you, man. This is what we're talking about, though. We're looking at things falling apart, man. It's a lot of people that are struggling right now. No one wants to see people who can't get welfare and their SNAP benefits. I know a lot of Republicans who don't care about these things. They're happy right now. They love it that people aren't getting their benefits, even though we all know that in states like this was a very Republican state, Arizona, a lot of people are going to be hurting. I know y'all think it's going to be all black people, but no, it's not. It's a lot of Republicans, man, that's on aid and welfare. I know they like to sit around and act like it's just the other people, but not in real life. In real life, they're on aid and they're getting them food stamps and they're going to be hurting. And this is all because your president doesn't know how to negotiate. He doesn't understand the art of the deal. He's sitting around talking about he wrote the book on dealing, and why he has the longest shutdowns ever.
Right.
That's because you don't know how to deal. Biden didn't have a shutdown at all, right? Obama had one short, able to get it done. You have to negotiate. You have to figure out what your foes want and what it is that you have to give to them to get what you want. You're going to lose a little bit to get what you want. That's the way it is. It's always been that way. That's why bills are created, that people take things that you're like, why would you put that in the bill? Because the other side wanted that. That's the way you do things. That's how you negotiate. You don't win all across the board and get everything you want. You have to take some losses to get some gains. That's the way it works. Now we got Steve Bannon. Oh, man, this guy here, man. Thank you. Off the Darkness, Moonlight. We really, really appreciate you, man. We'll keep telling the truth. And we got Bannon here talking about third term chatter. We're seeing it's coming on the right. Everybody talking about MAGA. This dude, they haven't even been in office for a year yet. They're already just yelling and screaming, talking about he's running for a third term. These are the reasons why people are in the streets talking about No King's Day. These people want this guy for a third term. This dude he looks like he's falling apart. He got cankles. He's talking about he got bruises from shaking people's hand. We all know that he's having issues with his veins. But he's gonna blame it on the Democrats or shaking hands or something stupid. So let's see the evil Mr. Bannon talking about Trump in the third term and their plan to get him in.
Going to get a third term. So Trump 28. Trump is going to be president in 28, and people just ought to get accommodated with that.
So what about the 22nd Amendment?
There's many different alternatives. At the appropriate time, we'll lay out what the plan is, but there's a plan. We had longer odds in 16 and longer odds in 24 than we got in 28. And President Trump will be the president of the United States, and the country needs him to be president of the United States. We have to finish what we started. Trump is a vehicle. I know this will drive you guys crazy, but he's a vehicle of divine providence. He's an instrument. He's very imperfect. He's not churchy, not particularly religious, but he's an instrument of divine will. And you can tell this of how he's pulled this off. We need him for at least one more term, right? And he'll get that in 28.
You're not driving me crazy. I'm trying to understand the coherence of the things you've just told me. On the one hand, you've said the Constitution is fit for purpose. Secondly, you've said that President Trump needs another term, even though the 22nd Amendment makes pretty clear that he cannot have another term.
Why does it make that clear?
Because he's in his second term already.
At some point in time, we will make sure we go through Zanny and define all those terms.
But you will be undermining the spirit of that amendment, even if you find some way around it.
If the American people, with the mechanisms we have, put Trump back in office, are the American people tearing up the Constitution? Would that be tearing up?
Well,
would the American people be going against the spirit of the Constitution, ma'am?
I think yes, actually, because I think what you will end up with is a populist justification for a quasi-dictatorship.
That's not true at all.
That's what it sounds like.
It's not. Trump is a dictatorship. Did you just see the compromises he had to make on the big, beautiful bill? You see the compromises he has to do on everything, on accommodating Zelensky, on what President Trump. President Trump is nothing but a series of negotiations to kind of keep this thing rolling forward, where he's having trade-offs all the time.
Steve, you've just spent the last 20 minutes telling me we have to smash the other side. There's no room for debate. There's no room for compromise. We must smash them. And now you're telling me this is a negotiation. I mean, that's
no.
I guess that's why it seems to me some kind of tension there.
The only way President Trump wins in 2028 and continues to stay in office is by the will of the American people. Okay? And the will of the American people is what the Constitution embodies. And so I think we're going to be in good hands there. We need to finish what we started.
This is scary stuff, man. They're putting the military everywhere. It looks like they're gonna try to take it over, bro. By what they're saying. And another thing that they love to say is divine. They think this dude is a god. They don't think he's a king. They think this dude is the second coming of Jesus. They're crazy. They talk about this dude as if he's fucking Jesus. And then they laugh at us when we have No King's Day, while they're calling him God. Oh, he's going to let us have a second term. We're not going to care about the other side. I'm happy that lady called him out. Because they sit there and talk about how they don't want to negotiate with the other side. It's about crushing the Democrats, this, that. And then it's, he negotiates all. This motherfucker don't negotiate with nobody. And we're wondering why the government's shut down right now. Because everything he does is me, my way or the fucking highway. He doesn't care about anyone or anybody's views. Like I said, man, they just shit on the Constitution as much as they can. Mm-hmm. What about the 22nd Amendment? What about it? We're not going to listen to that. We're going to do it. There's ways around it. The ways around it is you're not going to be listening to the way the Constitution was put in place. They just going to do what the hell they want to, like always, and then tell us that we're crazy, that we're sitting there saying no kings. Laughing and pointing at us. Look at you, morons. There is no king. Oh, but he's going to get a third term. but he's going to get a third term. He's tearing down the White House, doing whatever he wants to it, talking about he's going to build an arch. What next he's going to do? A statue of Trump?
Right.
Like, dog, he's spending all our money making fucking monuments of him, putting his name on everything, because I think that Trump thinks he's about to die, because he's been talking about God. He's been talking about going to heaven.
He ain't going to heaven. He's delusional.
He's got some updates from his doctors telling him that things aren't looking good.
Yep.
Because he wouldn't be talking like this if something didn't happen. These things, maybe with his cankles and everything that's going on, maybe it's scaring him a little bit.
Blood clots in his
but he admitted
he's
not going to heaven anyway, so I don't even think he cares. But this is not the norm, man. Talk of bending rules to keep power is exactly why the No King protests exist, bro. It's the reason why we have these protests, because these people really think that they run this country and they can do whatever they want to.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The notes you gave include a raw, shocking line attributed to the president.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war, but I think we're just going to kill people.
Now, this is Trump talking about Venezuela and how he's going to continue to blow up boats that are in the seas. So let's go ahead and run this clip, man, of Trump talking about Venezuela and how he's not looking for Congress. Okay, he's just going to keep murdering people as he wants.
Yep. And Mr. President, if you are declaring war against these cartels and Congress is likely to approve of that process, why not just ask for a declaration of war?
Well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country. Okay, we're going to kill them. You know, they're going to be like dead. Okay. Yeah.
It's going to kill people, man. That's what our president just said. He's just going to kill people. He's going to take people out and continue. No due process. We're not going to bring in the drugs. We're not going to prove that these people are bringing the drugs into our country. We're just going to continue to kill them. They have brought up a carrier to the Caribbean. They say that land is next. They said that land is next. So they will be bringing something to land. We don't know yet what they're going to do, but we're figuring that anybody that's even thought of drug smuggling will be getting murdered, killed. So, yeah, man, even drug dealers are supposed to get due process. I know that's hard for Republicans to believe, but yeah, the law and order people, I would think, know that you get due process, even if you're a drug dealer. That's the way the law works, man. Even if you're not a citizen, you're supposed to get due process. I know that's hard for you. I know it's so hard. But even though they are supposed drug dealers, they're still supposed to get their day in court. They're still supposed to get a lawyer. These things are still supposed to happen. Colombia said it was the fishermen that they tried to kill. We don't know exactly what's going on. Anybody can say anything. But you cultists, y'all going to immediately believe whatever Trump tells you. He could be lying, but you know what I'm saying? When you're a cultist, your God tells you nothing wrong, and you will believe everything that he tells you. Most presidents know that people may not agree. So they put forward proof to prove what they're doing. They put forward proof to prove who they are trying to go after. To me, this looks like Trump is trying to take over a country. This is what it looks like, that he's trying to push out Maduro. That's what it looks like to me, man, that he's doing a takeover. Now, this is something that America has done a lot throughout history in Iraq and Colombia and Cuba. We've done these things many times in many places in the Middle East. And we are looking like we're starting to do things like that again, even though these things are supposed to be things that we've done in the past and we're trying to do better instead of taking over countries. But it looks like this is what Trump is doing. We're going to kill him is what they said. That exact wording circulated as a clip or a paraphrase. It shows how violent rhetoric escalates fear and backlash. If you plan to air the exact clip, we did play that clip, and like I said, man, it's crazy, man. And we just, I don't know, man. We have to do better, man.
Yeah, we do.
Why is this in there? I should have went over these better.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and close this out right now. I'm talking about the clips, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, today we connected 3 things here. Street protests, a controversial $230 million DOJ request, and federal troop deployments. All tied by a common thread: power and how it's used. If people believe that institutions are being repurposed for private ends, you get no King's Day in the streets.
Yeah, man, and we'll keep following the DOJ payout story, the House probes, troop deployments, and the cultural escalations that are happening in the White House today. Go ahead and hit subscribe, man. Leave a review and tell us what you're seeing in your city. Send us clips, tips, and eyewitness reports to info@habari@entertainment.com. Like, share, and follow Habari Live on YouTube and Instagram. And we will definitely email you back and contact you and make sure that we stay engaged with you guys. But next, man, we're going to go into the story. I think we were talking about Venezuela again. So let's get straight into it, man. Now let's take a quick little break, man. Go up to the design. Take a quick
Run
little
a commercial real fast.
That one is fine. We'll be right back.
Hey y'all, it's Mama Soul's Fish and Chicken, Habari Entertainment sponsor. Let's go get it.
Man, this Mama Soul's Fish and Chicken. I ain't never had a piece of fish that tastes so good. I'm not a shrimp person, but they fried shrimps. It's so good. It's so good. The dressing and the greens and the cornbread.
All right, man. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. We really appreciate you guys. But we're going to tackle one of the biggest economic stories of the week, President Trump's announcement. And we did talk to someone from Canada earlier, Nick, who came through and talked about some of the things that he's seeing in Canada. But we're going to talk about the biggest announcement that U.S. is terminating all trade negotiation with Canada and the wider implications of rising tariffs, inflation, and manufacturing shifts that affect millions of Americans today.
Absolutely. And we're also going to look at how cross-border trade and this rhetoric is leading to headline-making policy moves and how ordinary people are paying the cost and how companies are responding to what's going on and what this is all going to mean for the American people going forward.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and set the scene, man. The U.S. goods trade with Canada in 2024 was about $761.8 billion that was traded with Canada. That's a lot of money, man. With U.S. goods exports to Canada about $349.4 billion and goods imports from Canada about $412.7 billion. The U.S. trade deficit with Canada was about $62 billion.
Of course, then earlier this week, Trump announced that because of a Canada provincial ad using clips of former President Ronald Reagan warning about tariffs. The U.S. was cutting off trade talks with Canada.
Now, this commercial that was ran was Reagan's words, and Trump tried to go on Truth Social and try to say that these words were made up. He even used the Reagan counsel as a backup, saying that those words that was coming from Reagan was untrue. Now, we all know that Reagan was against tariffs. He was not he was a proponent of tariffs. He did not like them. He was not a person that went out and talked great about. He was about free trade and the free market. But this is not the 80s Republicans today. Trump is all about tariffs, and he thinks that tariffs are the best way to move the country forward. Even though we all know the history, Smoot-Hawley, and all the different things that we've had, problems that we had. What's up, bro? So the U.S. had already imposed tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum, and they've threatened higher levies. For example, a 35% tariffs on Canadian exports starting on August 1st was threatened.
And on the Canadian side, Canada responded with a 25% tariff on about $30 billion worth of U.S. goods. Now, we did also hear from Nick earlier in the show that if you go to the LBCO, I think that's what he called them, which would be their local liquor stores, there's no American brands on the stores, on the shelves.
So trade wars have consequences. And people are losing a lot of money because of this trade war. And that the escalation with a major partner is being announced in a sudden way. And this shit has ripple effects for businesses, consumers, and U.S. Canadian economic policies.
Yep.
People are going to lose. People are going to hurt. Money is going to be flushed down the toilet that should be coming to Americans' pockets.
Yep. So let's go ahead and dig into the numbers about the tariff landscape and how the inflation is going to impact us. According to Yale Budget Lab, the average effective U.S. tariff rate after all 2025 tariffs is now about 22.5%, which is the highest since 1909.
Yeah, man, that's about the last time that tariffs were okay to implement. Even though I believe in the 20s and 30s, tariffs were a big part of the Great Depression and the reason why we went into that depression. They also estimate the short run price level increase from 2025 tariffs is about 2.3%, equivalent to a typical household loss of $38,000 in 2024 per year.
Another figure, many households will see cost increase of about $2,400 this year alone.
Goodness. We are being taxed. Where's the Tea Party? Where you guys at? Shouldn't you be, in the streets hollering with signs talking about how you've been taxed enough already?
Yep.
I mean, shouldn't you be upset? I mean, the U.S. tariff revenue, the U.S. collected has been around $88 billion right now in tariff revenue. And that's by the mid 2025 so far this year.
So the bottom line is that consumers are paying higher prices for imports, higher costs for goods with global chains, and a higher household budget is being squeezed out.
For example, clothing and textiles see large jumps. Food prices are up by 3%. Short run from tariffs alone. We've seen all of these prices go up. People cannot afford to buy groceries.
Right. It's not just some foreign country imposes a tariff. The effects show up on your grocery bill, your car price, your appliances you buy, clothes, toys. All of these things that you purchase are now more expensive.
It's crazy, man. And Trump says that he's doing all of these things because he's trying to push manufacturing back into America. Have we seen any manufacturing come back? Absolutely not. all the things that he's put in place, all the tariffs that he's put in place. No one is doing or bending the knee and doing what he wants. Manufacturing is better off paying for the tariffs than coming back to America because the cost would be quadruple of the tariffs that they even have in place.
Thank you, King Koopa.
Appreciate you, King Cooper. Now let's talk business, man, and manufacturing. Because when tariffs rise, companies adapt very fast.
For one, Canadian companies are diversifying away from the U.S. market because of the tariff war. A Reuters piece noted that this shifts through, but it does have its limits.
Yeah, man. And on the American side, analysts at the Brookings Institute says tariffs undercut U.S. manufacturing competitiveness, especially in the auto and steel aluminum sectors. They are being hurt by this. This is not helping them. They are being hurt.
They really are. We also saw that Canada imposed a 25% tariff on $30 billion worth of U.S. goods as of March of this year. So, I mean, 25% tariffs, they're taking our products off the shelves.
Man.
We're the ones that's hurting. We can't sell our products that we have.
And like I say, man, it's the tariffs can only go on to your country. So our business is number one of the people who take the hit. Then they make the decision, should we take this and put it off onto our consumers or should we pay for the tariffs?
Right.
Trump is trying to make people pay for the tariffs. But the problem is companies are going to make decisions by their bottom line, not by what the fucking King Trump is trying to make them do. So these are things that people need to really start figuring out and realizing that the reason why your prices haven't went down is not because of Biden. It's because Trump put in policies that up the prices. Thank you, King Cooper. What he says, MAGA call podcasts like this dangerous, yet they attack the left and demonize their opposition on a daily. That is true.
That is so true.
That is true, my bad. That's what I meant to hit, brother. But does this mean what does all this mean for manufacturing though? Some firms may shift manufacturing to lower tariff jurisdictions, as we saw Apple move their manufacturing from China to India because the Chinese tariffs are so much worse than what they're seeing in India. So the iPhones won't be made in China anymore. They're going to switch all their manufacturing over to India. They're going to do these things in third world countries because it costs too much to manufacture in America and also to upskill and train everyone to do all these jobs on the things that need to be created. And also you have to get employees and people in place, and you're going to have to pay them 5 to 10 times more than you're going to pay the people that live in these countries. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, that's the way businesses look at things. They don't care about you or I and us feeding our kids. They care about their fucking bottom line. Yep. And those are things that matters to them the most. So no matter what King Trump tries to do or say, that manufacturing is not coming back to America. They're going to reduce their investments because of the tariffs. If he wanted to incentivize them to build in America, he was supposed to give them
tax
breaks for building manufacturing here. Breaks, no taxes
give them
for bringing it
for
to
bringing
us.
It back.
That's what you do, not punishment. And that's what he's leading with. And when you lead with punishment, you know everyone
is going to find a workaround.
That's real. So reducing investment in higher cost plants or pass costs to consumers is what these companies have to do.
Yep. And if you're at home, if you're a company that reduces U.S. investment or move job creating operations abroad, the argument that tariffs protect U.S. jobs may not hold up. That's just simple rhetoric. One useful stat is that Washington State projects that the tariffs cost to their state as $2.2 billion over the next 4 years, including higher costs for food, clothing, cars, and about 31,900 fewer jobs by 2029. That's local, but it's indicative. The ripple effect is still real. We still have to suffer through these things every year. Every day that this government is shut down. Every day that more products get more expensive. I just went to the grocery store yesterday. What I saw was just ridiculous. A couple years ago, the price of a large dozen of eggs was $2.99. Now it's $5.99. And the medium-sized eggs are now $2.99. It's a ripple effect. We're all seeing the effects of what's going on. But why does this specific Canada move matter? Why does it matter? Why does it hurt us here at home? We're going to reflect on why cutting off talks with Canada is particularly significant. Canada is our largest goods trading partner, for those that don't know. Integrated supply chains, especially in the auto, energy, and agriculture sectors. The figures that we quoted earlier show you that. When you disrupt trade with Canada, you don't just stop imports. You're impacting integrated firms, cross-border community, joint U.S. Canadian plants, etc. You're hurting businesses in America and in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. And what comes next and what to watch? That's next, right? Let's talk forward. Here are scenarios to watch for. Scenario number 1, Canada responds more aggressively. Trade talks remain suspended. Tariffs escalate or become more entrenched. This could cause higher consumer prices, supply chain disruptions, manufacturing relocations.
Mm-hmm. The next one is Canada makes concessions. The talks do resume. Tariffs are rolled back or mitigated. That would stabilize things, but possibly signal that the U.S. leverage is huge and future trade tensions could follow similar patterns.
Now, I just saw somebody talk about eggs. The price of eggs have come down a little bit. That is true. They are about double of what we used to pay before the egg crisis was put in place.
Bird flu.
Bird flu. But we're still not all the way out. We got, like I said, beef is almost triple the price of what it used to be right now.
Mm-hmm.
We have other products that are outlandishly high.
Right.
Now, you can talk about eggs, and eggs have come down, but eggs were just something that you guys were using to try to hit Biden over the head,
right,
when he had no power over the prices because of the bird flu. But you guys don't. It's not a thinking thing with you guys. You just want somebody to blame, like always, and it's not always that easy. But we know right now that tariffs are the things that are causing inflation, because he's put these tariffs in place. These tariffs aren't free. For all you people, you love talking about a welfare and how it's not free, and you should understand that these things are being paid. Somebody is paying these tariffs. It's not just going away. Every day, this dude yells and put tariffs in place. Someone is paying that shit when they have to bring in goods.
Mm-hmm.
Period. The disputes become a broader pattern, not just in Canada or other partners or sectors. They get swept into a leading to systemic higher costs, supply chain realignment, possible slower U.S. growth. Yep. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Jobs slowing down, growth slowing down, inflation going up.
It went up to like 3%, I think, this week.
It stayed steady at 3%. And I think that was the highest since January.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not going down.
Right. You're absolutely right. So what do we need to watch for in the next few weeks? Does Canada announce more tariffs, or does trade diversify? Do the U.S. companies signal shifting production away from Canada or the U.S. border? Do consumers start seeing marked prices jump in imports or products reliant on global supply chains? Does the U.S. government pivot or will it double down? Will policy shift? Will tariffs be repealed? Or will more sectors be targeted?
Yeah, man, it's up in the air right now because Trump just escalated the war. He's mad at Canada because they're not bending the knee and kissing the ring.
Mm-hmm.
He wants everyone to kiss his ass, and Canada is not playing the game, and he's not liking it. For listeners, please pay attention to your bills. Look at your job situation, how things are going in your region. Does your local factory? Yo, thanks for calling Habari Live. What's up? Okay. Does your local factory talk about moving? Do price hikes show up for clothes, shoes, cars, appliances? These are real world indicators. Have you guys seen any of this? Tell us in the comment section. What have you seen? Have you seen prices of goods go up that you normally used to be able to buy for cheap? Let us know what you guys think. And like I said, email us your stories at info@habarientertainment.com and some of the things that you've been going through since these tariffs have been implemented across the board.
Also, we need you to keep an eye on central bank and the federal commentary. Inflation pressures from tariffs feed into their decision making, just so you guys are aware. This also affects interest rates and ultimately could affect your mortgage or your savings.
That's real, man. Let's wrap that up, man, on this here, man, with the tariffs talks and everything. It's a scary situation. Everybody is trying to make decisions where they're going to go for the year. What are you going to buy your kids for Christmas? What family you're going to see for Thanksgiving? It's harder to make these decisions, man, when everything is becoming higher and higher every day. People want to be able to take care of their loved ones. They want to pay their mortgage. These are the things that people care about. And with these tariffs and all this, all the things that are going on, people can't make these decisions the way they want. You know, we have the government shut down. A lot of people can't make decisions on what they're going to be eating next week. Now, I know a lot of people are celebrating that. They love it because they don't care about people on welfare, and they think, go get a job. Like there's never going to be people that everybody's not going to think the same. Thanks for calling Habari Live.
Hey, how's it going, man?
What's going on, brother?
Listening to my man just now. I'm Christopher Alger. I'm calling all the way from Los Angeles, California.
What's up, Chris? How can I help you?
Okay, we're trying to figure out what's this situation that's going on, man. We kind of seen this coming, man, a long time ago, man. Especially because my family in Texas is calling and everybody's checking in with everybody as if we're all being concerned.
Yeah, man. I mean, you said they live in Texas. So how? I mean,
no, we're just trying to figure out was really the change is here. It's already been here. You know what I'm saying? So when I went in 4 months ago and went to get some oxtails, and they went from measly $15 for a rack I usually get all the way to almost $35. Yeah, I live in Texas.
Oh my goodness. I mean, normal people. I mean, we all love some good oxtails, man. And nobody, and they're already expensive.
Yeah, so my family's already talking about going back to cooking the old style way.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We're back to doing eating greens. You know what I'm saying? Making biscuit cornbread and the whole nine, man. Because we're not tripping like most white folks are tripping.
Right. And
you know what I'm saying? We're not out there. And if you notice when they had the parade, they had the parade on Saturday. It was millions. I see millions of people. And guess what? The one thing I didn't notice and didn't see as much of, it wasn't a lot of us out there.
No, this wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they wouldn't call it for the cavalry yet.
No, man.
But that's what got him pissed off. Got so pissed off because guess what? He knows he's not seeing us out there. He knows that's a lot of his own people mad at him. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
But he hasn't seen the cavalry yet.
Yep.
And I'm kind of worried about more than anything is the fact of seeing that maybe those when they seen that what you call it thing for the Hebrew Israelites they call them. Man, when I seen that army, man, that had me happy but scared at the same time.
Right.
Them brothers are serious.
And they deep.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of them.
And then there are some black militias out there just like there are white militias.
Definitely.
And they ain't playing either.
Mm-hmm.
So the real cavalry hasn't came yet.
Nah, bro.
In the United States Army, which I got family in there too right now, Navy and in Army. Mm-hmm. And my father retired staff sergeant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not going to turn on the Constitution.
You don't think so?
They'll shoot you in the head before they turn on it.
Okay.
So it's like, man, you got to understand it. If he's doing this, man, the real problem is the Trump don't want the Epstein files to come out.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing you want to do is have somebody find out you gay and run in the country.
That's real. He don't want that out, bro.
That's the scariest part. Why do you think his wife don't even like him? She already know he's gay. She already know he's got a past of that because she came from it.
I mean, somebody in the comment section did say that Melania used to date Epstein before she went with Trump. So,
that's the situation always been there, and that's why they won't let that senator from Arizona get in the pocket. They won't swear in.
Yeah, Callais.
And the reason why they won't swear in because she's the deciding vote to get the Epstein files released.
That's real, man.
We know the truth. We know what's going on.
You do give me some confidence, brother, because I've seen the way that ICE has been acting and the way the National Guard has been acting.
Yeah, ICE ain't nothing but those Proud Boys and what's called undercover. Why you think they wear masks?
Right.
Because you might be able to identify their asses to back to their groups.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key.
Yep.
He ain't putting those other guys out there. No, he's putting. That's why you think they so brutal. Why you think they so going against the law?
Yeah.
Because Trump told them back in his first thing, stand by, stand down.
Now I
got something for you to do later on. Here's later on.
Yep.
Here is later on.
Stand by.
And when you sit up there and come back in numbers, because it's all about the numbers, you put the numbers in front of ICE, what do? They run. But guess what they're not going to do? They're not going to shoot as much as you think they are in real time, real bullets, because of the fact that it will come back to their groups.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's a smoke and mirrors kind of situation with the DHS. All of them are grouped together. They all committing crimes. They all committing. They stealing money. They stealing money left and right.
Yep. Cash
is in it. Bondi's in it. You know what I'm saying? Mike Johnson ain't in nothing. He's a patsy. Matter of fact, Mike Johnson is gay. A whole bunch of motherfuckers are gay. They undercover gay people with suits on. They all gay with suits on.
Hey, I would not be surprised if he came out.
Don't be surprised because we were just looking at a podcast with Don Lemon with this one undercover trans lady who said she had sex with a dude who had MAGA. A MAGA hat she put back on when he left her house after having sex with her.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So guess what? They're all their shit is coming up open, and they being found out.
And
they hurt their own. They don't care to hurt their own because they already hurt themselves.
That's real.
Hurt people hurt people.
Yeah. And we all know that
Trump's hurt. He's been hurt a long time. Ever since he was messing around with them 12-year-olds, he's been hurt. He's hurting them, but he's also hurt himself because he allowed himself to do such a thing. God is getting him back.
Yeah, bro.
He's going to come out of here. He's going right back to jail. Everything comes back to return. He's going to prison finally. It's going to happen. But if he hurts anybody to the point where a real serious situation, he's going to have a civil war that he never thought possible. Okay.
I hope not, brother. But hey, I will listen to your words, man, because I hope they don't come true. But you definitely might be prophetic.
That's what I'm saying, man. Because we already out here. We prepared undercover. But guess what? We're not worried about your prices going up. So we're going to go back to times of what? If you want to call it slavery, call it what you want to. But we knew how to survive off of having nothing.
We've been struggling. So we know how to
to the struggle. We hurting. Some farmers hurting. Yeah, the black farmers ain't hurting because guess what? We wasn't getting what you was getting.
Nah, you ain't saying that from the black farmers because they would never get any help.
They was never getting because they never wanted to give us the subsidies anyway.
They wasn't getting
everything was designed for black people not to get what they were getting. Anytime it's something being taken away from, they're hoping it's us that's going to hurt. But guess what? They just hurt themselves.
Every time.
They hurt themselves every freaking time.
Yep. Yeah, we appreciate you calling in, brother. We'll make sure to subscribe and everything. But no,
I got you subscribed, bro. I'll be listening in.
Okay, brother.
Okay, this is South Central, and we lit. This is South Central Los Angeles, and we lit.
Man, we appreciate you, South Central. Bro. Thank you.
All right, you guys have a good one. Take care of yourselves and be safe and stay conscious and stay focused.
That's real.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, love you.
Love you too, man. Much love from South Central in the house. Yeah, man. So the people are tired, man. The people are ready to stand up. The people are not hearing this stuff anymore. This is the reason. This is what the people are talking about. And it can only get worse from here. The No King's Day was just part of it. Just like he said, it's a whole contingency of people that's ready.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick of the mess. We've been struggling for decades, since the 80s. So people understand how to make it through those things. While
We know
some
how
people
to survive off
exactly.
little.
But some people are seeing the struggle, and they're headed to the streets because they never seen anything like this. But hey, we're all gonna get there, man. And what we have to do is come together and make sure that we're going the same way. I've never met a black farmer. What is that? Yeah, because they don't get any help and you don't support them. That's
I know
why.
several black farmers.
Right. We already know why he never seen black farmers, because he don't care about them. You know, when you don't care about things, that's why you don't see them. That's the way it is. Yeah, farmers in general, man, they're looking at a tough time right now. And I'm not sure what we're going to do to be able to help the farmers out. It's never been fair for all farmers of all races. I can say that. But I can also say that the farmers of today don't. Habari Live, what's up?
Man, I've sat here and listened to y'all for about an hour now, and I've heard more BS than I've ever heard in my life. I am your MAGA farmer. How's that?
You're a MAGA farmer?
You gonna eat your greens. We're gonna spray some good stuff on it. You won't walk right again.
Wow, that's messed up, man. I hope you aren't a farmer saying things like that, bro.
Right.
I absolutely am.
That's
Man,
terrible.
you've spit more junk than I've ever heard in my life.
All right,
None of what you're saying is correct. The eggs were high. Hey, it didn't have nothing to do with us farmers. It had to do with the government killing our chickens. Get a grip.
Why was the
They
government
come way
killing the
down.
chickens?
I don't know what city are y'all from, because I know you're from the city. I can hear it in you, but you got to be from the city because you're talking like done in this and done in that.
We are from Phoenix,
You guys,
Arizona.
this guy gave a good rap.
That's hilarious, bro. But
I do love listening to you, so we know what the enemy thinks like.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool, man. We're not. This is the thing, brother. We don't have to always agree, man, but we always have to have the conversation. If we're not talking, then we're not ever going to solve any problems that we have in this country.
I agree. One of our boys tried that and he got shot in the neck, and all you folks are laughing about it and think it's great.
Yeah, man, getting shot in the neck is definitely not funny. But I just think that people were voicing their frustration or opposition of some of the things that he stood for.
You think that have you really looked into what that man stood for?
Oh yeah.
Do you believe in God? You believe in Jesus?
No, I'm not a worshiper, bro. I am not.
Man, I will definitely pray for you. That's part of the problem you got. I hate to say that, but that is the truth.
Yeah.
And man, I will be on my knees for you. I will get on my knees right when I hang up with you. I'm gonna get on my knees and pray for both of y'all.
Hey man, if people follow,
I really truly will. I believe you need that more than you need anything else.
Right.
I know y'all are hustling. I know y'all are hustling a living on y'all's radio deal or little deal here.
Okay.
And I hope it pays you well. And I hope you feed some of your people with it. And I don't, I think you're looking at a lot of things wrong, and you're stirring the pot, and you're stirring it, and you're stirring it, and you're stirring it, saying Trump this and Trump that. Hey, Biden, he took billions of dollars from China. Go back and look at reality, and y'all are so far off from reality that half the world's looking, going, "What in the hell are they thinking?" And if you don't come back to reality, we're gonna end up fighting, and we don't want it.
Okay.
But we've been gearing up for it for 100 years now.
Right.
Don't think we ain't ready. And when cities run out of food, y'all gonna run toward the country, and you're gonna get a rude awakening then.
Hey, that's right. We all
I
need
hate
each
to
other.
say it. Well, you say we need each other, but that ain't the way you talk on your. You ain't talking like you want friendship, you want fellowship. That ain't the way you talk.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I do come off
I ain't
that
heard
way,
you
but
say.
that's the way we all need to come together.
Tell me one positive thing Trump's done. Can you name one?
I can name one thing that I agree with Trump. I agree with their stance of taking out all of the chemicals from foods. I agree with that 100%, man. I agree with.
You do realize that all the people running our country right now are original Democrats, right? Trump was a Democrat.
Yeah, man. Trump was a
They're all
Democrat.
Democrats.
Yes, he was. I'm not saying that there is no bad Democrats because he definitely was one.
Well, no, Democrats was KKK. Democrats, I mean, you voting Democrat, you voting against yourself. You better take a look.
But they were conservative at one time. They are not conservative anymore. But definitely, the Democrats were conservative at one time. Definitely. Dixie Democrats. Yes, sir. I understand.
Are you okay with the Trump administration helping out Argentina by providing them with $40 billion to help the farmers instead of helping American farmers?
No, I think the farmers that need it. Most of us don't need it. We ain't all looking for no handout. Everybody thinks we're looking for a handout. You know what? I'm standing mud knee deep. I ain't had rain in 3 months. I probably got $4,000 worth of grain in the ground trying to get something to grow. My animals are up eating hay. I'm paying daily. Losing, I get less on my less off. The returns are less and less and less. And the truth of the matter is, the only reason I keep doing it is for other folks. It ain't for me. I can make enough off of just mine and just hang tight where I'm at and sit here. I don't have to do what I'm doing.
But you do care about the farmers who are being hurt by losing their
absolutely. I
sales.
do. And another thing, you say the black farmers, they're represented actually better than a lot of the white farmers. You're really, really wrong about that. The black farmers of America, have y'all you never heard of them?
Yes, sir.
Look them up.
I definitely have.
Look into them because they're just as supported as anybody can walk in the FSA office. Anybody. And there's actually more programs for black farmers than there are for white farmers.
But the black farmers have had decades of getting less money than the white farmers have been getting when it comes to investments, when it comes to some of the subsidies.
I don't know. I don't know that I buy that. I would have to see some facts on that. I don't know that I buy that. And it ain't about black white with me. Hell, we got my little niece lives with me. She has. I've raised 2 girls that were black. I'm white as new socks. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But it ain't a black white thing with me. But it seems like y'all turn it into that we this and we that. No, we is all of us. And that's where the problem lies. Is you're trying to turn it to a black white thing. And I understand. I do agree. The blacks have been oppressed to a certain degree, especially in the cities. It ain't that way where I'm from in the country. I got black folks that live right in front of me, and 2 or 3. I raise half their damn kids. They can walk in my front door. They out of milk. They come to my house. You know, it ain't got to be the way it is.
Well, we need more people like you,
they
bro.
that and you that and well, you got to quit somewhere in the line down the line. You got to quit saying we, them, and they, and blaming. You know, the white guy did this and this. You know, I mean, fuck, it's 400 years ago, and people made mistakes. Hey, it was wrong then, but it was wrong in the Bible.
Right. But it's not like
I'm talking about slavery.
I understand with the things but the problem is that we're still facing a lot of these systemic issues that we fight for every day. So that's the reason why it still come up. If no one's crying about 400 years ago, people are mad about today.
But yeah, there's a lot of them crying, calling reparations. Give me this, give me that.
Yeah, some people want reparations. Some people want that.
If I can give a man a hand up instead of a handout, you know, I think all the EBT. Hey, when I was young, my mama was on it. My mama was single, raising 4 kids.
A lot of people are on it.
I'm with, and there's a lot of them don't deserve to be on it no more. It is a hand up, not a hand out.
Well,
you get on it, you stay on it for however long it takes you to get your ass up off the couch. And if you can't produce, then you know you get skinny.
Yeah. Well, we
and it
could
brother. Be that way. You gotta. If you're not contributing, then you're stealing from the next man.
Yeah, I mean, but there's always going to be people that are in need, and all of the people that are doing good, we're supposed to help.
It should be a cycle.
Definitely,
it should be a cycle where people cycle in and out of that system.
You don't.
It shouldn't be a permanent system.
Definitely. I mean, I understand what you guys are saying on that, but there are people.
See, there you go with the you guys.
But it's
You
people
guys,
who
are you
have
putting
who
me in the,
it's
is
it's
that the white
people who have
category? Is
it's
that
a
what you
people
mean?
who have a different view on aid than I do. My view is it should be there whenever you need it, because some people have mental issues.
For how long? Forever?
Some people are forever. They will never be the same as you and I.
Some
They
people
will
are
never.
born
Yeah,
disabled.
they
Some
they
people
they
are
don't have the
born
same
Well,
goal
disabled.
as you and I do.
Disabled's different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But a lot of these people are mentally hurting. They don't have the same goal-getting
Yeah.
attitude as you and I may have. They don't believe that they can make it through this system. So their education level keeps them where they are at. There's always going to be people on the lower side of society. That's the way capitalism is set up. There's going to be people at the low end and the high end and the middle class. It's always going to be that. So we're going to always have to take care of those people, unfortunately. It's not going to be this huge middle class for everyone, because there's not a certain, unless the
If
rich.
they keep on the way they're going, there ain't gonna be no middle class at all.
Yeah, the way things are going, it might not be. It's just
And
going to
then
be poor and rich.
then the lower classes, gonna be
Right.
throwing rocks.
And that's something
'Cause
that
that's the only thing
all
we're
of
gonna be able to
us,
afford.
Republican and Democrat, we should be on the same side on making sure that these rich people don't take all the money. They're about to have $1 trillion, brother. And how are we going to look when they have trillions and we have nothing?
They already do, huh? But I mean,
and those are the things that
I
we
didn't
should
call to
come
beat you
together.
up. I finally got frustrated. Everybody's agreeing with you on everything, and a lot of things you're saying, man, they're semi-truths.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of true and they kind of ain't.
Right.
You know. Hey, Barack Obama, he spent how many millions of dollars making a basketball court at the White House?
It doesn't cost
Nobody said a damn
to make
word.
a basketball court, brother. It costs like it costs like $200 to make a basketball court, not $1 million.
Oh no, hell no!
And
Look
he
it up.
Put it on
While you
a
sitting
tennis
there,
court that already existed. It's not going to cost millions of dollars to do that. But I feel you. He did make some changes, and Trump's making some changes, but his changes are just a little
every one
larger.
of them did.
Definitely some
Every
did.
one of them did. Well, the difference is he got people to donate money to do it.
Right. That's what he says.
He ain't taking my money to do it. So I'm I ain't never gonna get to go to the White House. Ain't nobody.
People upset
So
because they
it
feel as
ain't
though
like I'm gonna hang out in the ballroom.
they feel as though he's disrespecting the history of the White House by tearing this down. And there's been millions of
there was
lots of people
presidents
that
added
stayed
bowling
there.
alleys to it, movies. They added a bowling alley, a movie theater,
pools,
whatever. I mean,
right.
They added all kinds of shit to it, and it did cost millions of dollars for that basketball court. You go look it up.
So I'm looking it up. I'm looking at the information right here. It says the much publicized $376 million figure refers to a completely separate and unrelated project for major infrastructure upgrades, such as electrical and plumbing systems, not the basketball court.
So
people attribute the renovations and the upgrades and the repairs that were made to the White House during that time to the tennis court being converted into a basketball court.
No basketball court is going to cost millions of dollars unless he has a dome or
you can go to you can go right, exactly. You can go to Walmart, Target, whatever, and buy a basketball hoop and install it and convert it into a court. It doesn't cost that much to convert something that's already in place to something else.
Then why didn't Obama do that? He wasn't there for 8 years.
He converted the tennis court into the
and
basketball
it cost millions of dollars.
No, it did
upgrades
not. But he spent millions of dollars.
The upgrades for
and I guarantee you,
electrical
the Democrat.
and
I
infrastructure.
guarantee you, the Democrat got that contract too.
Probably. They.
I mean, yeah.
Well, all right,
same as what's happening probably right now. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Trump ain't. It ain't Trump's buddies building the ballroom or whatever either. Don't get me confused. Right. I'm not. They ain't neither one of them. Hey, ain't neither one of them doing what they need to do for us.
That's real, and that's all that matters to me.
And none of them going to do that. And and that's the problem. They're pitting you against me, black against white, gay against straight, all these different things. We all, in the eyes of God, we all the same.
That is real, brother. That is real.
I mean, it's simple as that. I hate to turn onto your channel and hear all the bashing, man. You need to look into being a little more level and level keel, even keel, because it is stoking more. It's stoking folks to raise up against whatever it is that whether on this side or that side. It's stoking, and it's stoking the resentment, and it's stoking the resentment towards each other. And ultimately, I've seen it before.
Yeah.
You know, we was in the military. I've seen what's coming, and it ain't pretty.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, brother. I hope it don't come to that. You don't want it to come to that.
It's headed that way very fast. I can promise you. And there's other people from other countries, and you know, George Soros. There's a lot of money flowing in here to destroy this American way. And when they do, if you've been anywhere besides America and seen what it is outside of America, you better grasp on and hold on to what we got right here, because there is no other place like this place.
Well, hey, we
there
appreciate
is nothing as good as
we appreciate you
even
calling in, brother.
even the people. What's that?
We appreciate you calling in. We're gonna have to get up out of here.
God bless you.
All right, man. What was your name again?
James.
All right, James. We thank you for calling in, bro. We appreciate your perspective, and we definitely would take that your advice to heart. You have a good rest of your day, man.
You too. God bless you.
For sure. All right, man. We thank everybody for calling in today, man. We had a great conversation with you guys. Please make sure that if you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button. Make sure you get the share button, and to make sure that you guys tune in to Habari Live on Wednesday. We'll be back at 6:00 p.m. And that is Arizona time. We are in Arizona. But I want to make sure that everyone that called in today, we appreciate you guys. Nick, South Central, and James. We thank you guys for calling in and talking with us.
Coldplay Productions.
And we appreciate. Oh, you have to turn it off. We appreciate everybody that sent money for the. Thank you, Coldplay Productions. Let me see what you said. The thing is, Trump's paying for the ballroom himself, while other presidents use taxpayer dollars to add bowling alleys. Now, there's been some conflicting reports on who's paying for this, bro. We don't know that he's paying for it himself. We're getting a lot of conflicting reports about that, but we'll stay on it and see what comes out of this, and we'll keep you guys updated on what we find out on who's paying for this. But I'm not 100% sure that it's coming out of Trump's pockets. That I doubt.
Unlike the basketball court that came out of the Obama's pockets.
I don't know, but we will see, and we'll keep you guys updated. Like I said, thanks again for watching. Have a good day. Peace.
Holla, holla.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to visit www.habarientertainment.com. See you next week. Peace.